वेलकम टू माय चैनल विनर्स पोर्टफोलियो। मैं हूं आपका दोस्त रमेश बाबू। मेरा चैनल में मैं केवल क्वालिटी कंपनी को रिकमेंड करता हूं। ये स्टॉक्स आपको लॉन्ग टर्म में बहुत बड़ा वेल्थ क्रिएट करेगा। आप मेरे चैनल को पहली बार आया तो मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो और एक बार मेरा पुराना वीडियो भी देखो, आपको बहुत फायदा।
Gains are minimal. What is your advice?
Look, from what the government of India tells us, life expectancy of the typical Indian now is 76, right? Those who are dialed in today, I'm sure, are not the typical Indian. They'll be way more affluent than the typical Indian. And for the social strata that has dialed in today, my reckoning is your life expectancy will be like the life expectancy of people in, say, my family, which is around 85 years, right? My granddad scored a century. Not all of us will score a century, but thankfully, as the country becomes a safer place to live in, and as our income levels and the healthcare system improves, most of us, the typical person listening, will still live till the age of 85, which means that if you're in your early 60s, you've got 25 years of compounding left. In those 25 years, if you earned 25% compounding, that would be 10x in 10 years, 100x in 20 years, and let's assume you live for another 25 years, you'll get to around 600, 700x in the next 25 years. Now, I don't know about you. If I can make 600, 700x in the next 25 years, I'll be very interested. So please, just because you're convincing yourself you don't have very long to live, don't lock yourself into low compounding assets. Of course, if you need cash flow for your retirement, invest in assets which give you that cash flow, but don't invest in assets whose returns are below. Don't invest in assets. This is a very common mistake I see retirees make. A lot of my relatives have done it, and it's a lethal mistake. A lot of people say, I'm 60. Now, boss, I will do low-risk investing. I will do fixed deposits, G-Secs, and gold. And unfortunately, some people also do real estate. This is a cocktail which is a destructive cocktail. This combination of gold, G-Secs, FDs, and real estate, the typical return from this cocktail is 5-6%. Right? That's pre-tax. After tax, the return is 3-4%. Right? Inflation for those of us on this call, right? The cost of the electronic equipment we are using to communicate with each other, the cost of your car, which will almost certainly either be imported or have imported parts in it, the cost of your smartphone and so on. Inflation for us is 7% comfortably. If you're wealth compounding because of the traditional Indian retirement cocktail of real estate, gold, G-Secs and FDs is post-tax 4%, every year you're going to lose 3%. Every year you're going to lose 3% of your wealth. That means in 25 years, you will be rendered bankrupt. Right? This is the irony of low-risk investing. If you are doing low-risk investing, a lot of my relatives have done it. I speak from experience. It is destructive at a very lethal level. You start at 60 thinking, मैं तो ठीक कर रहा हूँ. मैंने फ्लैट लिया है सॉल्ट लेक में, सरजापुर में, टी नगर में, पनवेल में, नोएडा में, गुड़गांव में. मैंने G-Secs लिया है. I've bought gold and I've done FDs. And hey presto, by the time you are 85, you're gone. Because inflation has wiped out your wealth. Don't do that. If you are in your early 60s, you've got at least 20 years of compounding ahead of you. Invest sensibly in great franchises. These franchises give you good compounding. I've given you the compounding numbers. Their volatility is lower than a government of India bond. The people on this call only are the customers of these companies. Titan ka customer kaun hai? These people on the call. Asian Paints ka customer kaun hai? The people on this call. Pidilite ka customer kaun hai? People on this call. Invest in the products that you yourself purchase and compound your wealth, maintain your quality of life, maintain your purchasing power. Don't get into this false safety wala mindset because it turns out to be very dangerous.
Yeah, I think there's a philosophical, angle also to it. It's not in your control, right? How long we live, and therefore, one must just focus on how you can.
नेक्स्ट वीडियो में और एक अच्छा स्टॉक के साथ मिलूंगा। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, धन्यवाद।